Habits can make you or break you. Pick the right habits and you'll become successful faster than you can imagine. Hello everyone, it's Anri Davids, and in this video you get a deeper understanding about 7 habits of successful people. So you can implement it in your life as well and set your life up to become successful. Everyone has habits, good habits, bad habits, and all those habits come from social conditioning, or you choose to make it a habit, or habits comes from other habits you do. And in this video, we're really gonna deep dive in the habits which most successful people have that brings them the success they have. And if you implement this in your life, seriously, you get faster success than you can ever imagine. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, please like this video, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and comment habit if you want to change your habits and implement some good habits so you can also set your life up for success. Before I'm gonna give you those habits, you first have to understand where the habits come from and how to implement those habits, actually implement action so it becomes a habit. And I'm gonna give you the psychology behind it, and I'm gonna give you also tests, what I did with rats, so you understand what actually makes something a habit, and what a habit is. In the end of the 19th century, they did a big test about habits, how habits are created, and why habits are habits. In this experiment, they had rats, and they put rats in a T-formed tube. So I want you to imagine it like a T-formed tube, and the rat goes in here, and they open the case, and then the rat starts to walk. And in one side of the T-formed tube, so this is the T, and here is like the T-formed tube, they put chocolate, and everyone loves chocolate. So they did experiment daily with those rats, right? And they put a rat in, they opened the cage, and they measured also the brain activity, right? They measured the brain activity, and the rats, the first day, start to scratch and sniff and walk slowly and slowly and slowly. And like 40 minutes later, he came to the chocolate, and then he started to eat the chocolate. Like everyone loves chocolate, so everyone ends up in the chocolate. So they did this experiment for day and day and day, and they realized that actually every day they opened the cage, the rats get faster and faster with the chocolate. And every day, the brain activity get less and less and less and less until around 21 to 30 days, when they opened the cage, there was no brain activity, and the rat straight went to the T-form tube, to the chocolate. Started to eat it without brain activity, right? And this is actually how a habit is created. If you put time daily into something, in an action, in the beginning, you have to think a lot. In the beginning, you have to motivate yourself to do it. But after 3 to 4 weeks, you automatically do it, and there's no brain activity. So imagine if you can implement a habit in your life that will bring you results and will bring you success, which will you do automatically without having to think, without any brain activity. How amazing is that if you implement something that will bring you closer to success, and you will automatically do it without thinking? Right? So this is amazing. So what this test concluded is that in the beginning, if you implement a new action, you have to motivate yourself. You have to do it daily. You have to think about it daily. And when you do this daily, it becomes a habit. So in the end, habits are actions created daily, which will bring them to the habit. Right? And the habit, again, is an action which you do automatically without thinking. Right? So if you understand this, now you also understand how to create habits, and actually that you have to think about something, that you have to really motivate yourself and be disciplined to do something daily, which will make it a habit which you don't need to think. And that's why also, if people get in soldier camps, they need to make their bed daily, right? And this is just to create discipline, right? If you allow yourself to do hard tasks, if you allow yourself to see that this works, if you put your bed daily, if you make up your bed daily, when you wake up, right? In the beginning, you have to think about this. You wake up, it's like, oh, I have to make my bed. But then, after 21 to 30 days, when you wake up, you don't even think, and you automatically make your bed. So that's a habit that's created. And they do this in soldier camps just to create discipline and just to show your body that habits are created. Anyway, we're gonna go deep dive into today's content, the juicy part, the meat of this video. And the first habit of highly successful people is meditation, right? And why meditation? Most of the time is the meditation when they wake up. So what does meditation do? Science have shown that if you meditate, you get less and less impulses from external factors. So a lot of people you have your phone, for example, You have friends who come over, and the world is always giving you impulses. But with meditation, you'll calm down your mind, so your mind is way more chilled and don't need to react on all those external impulses. So you're actually way more calm and way more chill, and actually can focus way more on your work, on the important work. A big thing that holds people down from becoming successful is having the right beliefs and putting the right actions, of course. But if they have the right beliefs and if they have the right actions, this dopamine, this triggers from the external world is what holding them down. You know, because so many people come to me and say, hey Anri, and like start engaging with them, and they say, hey, I've worked my entire day, I'm so tired, I worked the entire day. It's like, okay, show me what you did. And I look at it and they have 20 minutes of real work done. They got so triggered by all the external factors, and the number one is their phone, right? Number one is the biggest dopamine factor, dopamine attack on your body, what you can give yourself. Dopamine is a reward system of your body. So if you did something, your body gives you a reward with dopamine. And dopamine is one of the most addictive things that are alive. That's actually the reason why we are alive, the reason why we are doing stuff. Because in the end, if we did something, if we accomplished something, we get dopamine. But our phone gives us dopamine the entire day. If you get a new like, for example, on your picture, if you get a message from a friend, that's all dopamine. And your body gets so much dopamine that you don't know how to focus anymore, and that you get so much distracted that you can't focus on your work anymore. So really focus on meditation, really get meditation in 10, 50 minutes, guided meditation, or just complete silence where you try to get out of your head. That will really help you to keep working, keep focused. And this is the biggest, one really big thing that all successful entrepreneurs are doing. Second thing is journaling. Also a very big thing for a lot of successful entrepreneurs. Because in the end of the day, if you write out exactly what happened, what are the things that came up in your mind, what are the things that didn't really go well, what are the things that did really go well, you know actually exactly what happened that day. It's then you create this open feedback loop, right? You can read all of this, and then you can see, okay, this didn't go well, and this did go well, so you can adapt and make things better the next week. And if you journal and keep doing this, you get better, getting better and better and better, and like your days are gonna look way better. And also when you write it down and you have to think, okay, I'm gonna do this or that, and one thing is doesn't bring you to success, and one thing does bring you to success, you know, you trigger your brain, you trigger your subconscious mind actually to do the right things, because you don't want to write out on paper before you go to sleep, oh, I did this, and this actually doesn't bring me success. So this also really triggers you to always do the right things and always keep motivated. Third thing, cold showers. This is a big thing to keep you motivated, you know? So if you wake up and you go to the shower and you take a warm shower, how do you feel? It's like, oh, it's so nice. Let's just like, it's good. And then like, let's go back to bed because like, I feel like nice and chill. I want to sleep again. But how do you feel if you wake up and you go to the shower and you take a cold shower? You feel powerful, right? It gives you strength, it gives you motivation to do things. And also very good thing taking cold showers gives you is actually you already achieved something. You already did something hard, already something that's uncomfortable. Which brings us to the fourth point, and that's getting out of your comfort zone daily. So what happens if you get out of your comfort zone, right? This is your comfort zone. It's a circle around you. And if you get a little bit step ahead, like it does feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you grow, right? This circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the bigger this circle gets where you don't feel uncomfortable, you feel more comfortable with way more things in your life, right? For like public speaking, for example, or getting in front of the camera, or talking with strangers. If you get daily a little bit out of your comfort zone, you will drastically actually change the circle, make this circle bigger and bigger by time. The bigger your comfort zone ring is, the more confident you feel with doing those things where you feel very uncomfortable with right now. And being confident with doing things, that's almost the number one thing to get success, is being so confident in everything you do. And if you do something what's comfortable, you are confident, right? And if talking in front of a camera right now is super uncomfortable for you, for example, then you feel confident. And when someone watches your YouTube video, for example, they're like, oh, this guy's like, I'm not gonna listen to this guy because this guy isn't not even confident in what he's saying, you know? So if you grow your comfort zone daily, you'll get more comfortable with doing things which is hard, and you gain more confidence with the things that for other people is out of their comfort zone, which will bring you closer to success. The fifth one is also really important, and that's focusing on the 20%. And what I mean with this is like, you know, the Pareto rule, right? The 80-20 rule. 20% of the things you're doing get 80% of the results. And what I see a lot of not successful people do is like focusing on 80% because the 20% feels too uncomfortable, right? For example, in a consulting business, or if you want to start any kind of business, you need to get clients, right? And how do you get clients? Is by getting leads and closing them into clients, right? Those are actually the two things you have to focus on. Is getting leads and closing them. And that's where the money comes from. What I see a lot of people do when they start a business is doing everything and not those two things, right? They're making sites, they're making blogs, they're making YouTube videos, they're making webinars, they're running ads, and go on and go on and go on. And I tell them like, why are you doing all those things? Like, I want to get clients. I'm like, did you already make money? No. The reason why I do this is to get clients. And it's like, wow, like, what if you focused all the time you had, all the time you had focusing on this 80%, if you put that time into the 20%, which gives you results, you probably already got clients and you already made money. And you always want to create a business, which first you have to prove yourself, right? You have to prove that your business works. And how do you prove that your business works? Is by getting clients, right? And when you get clients, you're not in the scarcity mindset anymore because you get money in, right? And this money you can already use for other things, the 80%. And then when you're consistently getting money, then you can focus more on the 80%, which will gives you also more leads and more sales. For example, making YouTube videos and ads and everything will also give you more leads and sales. But in the beginning, you have to do everything organically, and you have to do everything manually, and you have to first go over this step that your business is proven, that you already make money, and then you can focus on the 80%. So successful people focus first on the 20%, focus actually all the time on the 20%, they make money and then outsource the 80%. The sixth one is plan ahead. This is also what a lot of people are not doing, is they're having very short-term goals. They're thinking very short term and want money now, and they don't think ahead, and they don't have a vision, they don't even know their why, so they're not getting motivated. And that's also when people get the shiny object syndrome, right? Because they not plan ahead. You know, they're focused on right now. So if they have a business idea and they focus their time on that right now, but they have the shiny object syndrome, they're like, oh, this business model is actually way better, I can make way more money. So they do something for a month, they have no results, and they go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and this happens their entire life, and they're not getting any results. So when you plan ahead, when you know what you're doing is right, and you plan ahead, and you have a longer vision goal, and you understand your why, and you know your goals and your vision and all that stuff, then you will stick to something, and you know that it will work, and you don't mind if it will take a little bit longer, but you know that your business, what you're doing is proven, makes you happy, makes you fulfilled, it will make money, but you planned ahead, and now you know that, okay, you have to do those things to get those results, and you do this because this will bring you closer to your vision, and it will make money because you do this. So if you plan ahead, you won't get this shiny object syndrome where you want to do everything all the time, all the different, like you see new opportunities and you're gonna take any opportunity. No, you stick with one plan and you only go to the next plan if this plan succeeded. The seventh one is daily learning, right? And in the meantime, when you're getting results, when you getting results for your clients, when you're getting money in and work towards your future, build on your business, you also need to learn daily, right? You also need to get better and better in your craftsmanship. So what successful people are doing, they're daily learners. In the end of the night, after the journaling, for example, before journaling, they read a book. They read only books which will help them exactly in the situation they are in right now. You never want to read books just to read books. You always want to read books which you can implement the actions from right now in your business, right? Or other courses or other things, so they can learn and they keep learning, they're gaining new skills, they're learning daily, and they're growing as a person, right? And those are the 7 very most important things, actually very important habits, all successful entrepreneurs have. If you implement those habits, slowly by slow, you can implement those habits. What I told you, right? If you focus on one thing for every day, and you keep yourself disciplined, and you do this daily, in 3 to 4 weeks, you'll create a habit, and a habit is something that you do automatically without thinking about it, without thinking process. Those were the 7 habits. Those were the habits actually every entrepreneur, every successful entrepreneur implements in his life. And if you also want to start implementing those habits, or if you're already implementing habits right now and you want to start a successful business, you want to create this freedom, you want to become your own boss, and you want to start to take action, but you actually have no idea what the first step is. Well, for that I made an entire video exactly explaining the first step. I'm giving you some inspiration with some business ideas, and I made a whole video exactly going deep dive in the first step, what you have to do if you want to start an online business. So if you want to know more, click this video here, click that here, and I will see you there.